Hello, Pucatraders. My name is Wilson Fisher, also known as Crewmanwilson on Twitch TV and Pucatrade.com, and we are doing a Magic Origins draft. So, in our opening pack, we got some pretty cool things. We got a 6/6 Vigilance guy, we got a Topin Freeblade, an Owl. Shrouding Mist is actually really cool. I am going to try this guy out. Hexus Prison Warden. He has Flash, he's a 4/4 for 5. And whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, if Hexius entered the battlefield this turn, exile that creature till Hexius leaves the battlefield. So really what this guy's getting down to is if your opponent attacks you and you take a hit, you can flash this guy in and it essentially O-rings them. So I don't know, it's cool. It can be used as like a blocker. It could be used as, a guy. It could be used as an O-ring. Who knows? But we'll try them out. I've never tried them before. I think we're going to take Unholy Hunger here. There's a Stalwart Aven, but between Stalwart Aven and Unholy Hunger, I think Unholy Hunger is just better. Just a straight-up removal spell. Sigil of the Empty Throne is not a card that I want to be playing. Elvish Visionary and Dragon Fodder are worthy mentions, but I think it really boils down to these two, and I think Unholy Hunger beats out the Aven. And here we're going to take a Foundry of the Councils. I really like this card. I think it's pretty great. And when you don't have to devote a spell slot to a card like this, and just one of your lands is incidentally makes 2 guys, which can just close out a game, I'm in. There's a late Separatist Void Mage. Late-ish. I mean, this is 3rd pick here. Other than that, Amperin Tactician, maybe. Totem Heart Beast, maybe. But, I'm not in the market for picking up all the 5-drops, just most of them. Alright. Here, I think it's a Cleric of the Forward Order. Scrapskin Drake, between the two, I think that Cleric is maybe a little bit better. Subterranean Scout is fine. We're not seeing a whole lot of good black cards, so we got to keep that in mind. But we'll take the Cleric here. It's a good 2-drop, and the life gain is not nothing. And here our choices are really between Grasp, Eyeblight Assassin, and Knight. This card is unplayable. I don't want to... I'm not being pulled by any of these other colors from these cards, so it's really between these 3. And enchantments are pretty great. We did see a Totem Heartbeast go by. I think I'm going to take the Eyeblight Assassin, though. It has just... It can kill a lot of creatures in this set. And a lot of really good creatures. Like the Deadbridge Shamans, Thopters it can always kill. There's just... And also, like, things like Subterranean Scouts or, what have you. It could also just set up, cool, like, block here, take a damage, kill your guy. I don't know. Like, comboing it up with something like this. I think I want to take the Caves of Coilus. There's, like, I'm not playing heavy infantry. Bonded Construct is fine, but, very replaceable. None of these other cards are really for us, and, we already took a Foundry of the Councils. I do like Rogue's Passage in this format, so I could see myself taking one of those. And the more, colorless spells you add, the harder your deck gets to cast. And, we already have a double white and a double black. I like picking up some dual lands every once in a while. Dual lands are cool. It's a pretty late Aspiring Aeronaut. And pretty much garbage from everything else. I'm going to take this Enlightened Aesthetic, maybe board it in, maybe not. I don't know. The Torment's Thoughts, another Enlightened Aesthetic, a Timberpack Wolf. I'm just going to take this Timberpack Wolf from someone. I don't want to be playing against all that. And it's really the best card, the best collect 'em all. I'll take an Alchemist Vial. It's a fine card. And, I guess a Yoke Docks. And we'll take a Macabre Waltz. We might even play it, too. Maybe not. Catacomb Slug is a fine card. Negate. I don't want to be playing against that. So, our first pack, we only have 5 playables. They're 5, fairly good playables. And then a couple of lands to help us on our way. But, we're looking for probably, I don't know. We're looking for playables in this next pack. And I would say non-land playables, because I think we're good on lands. We just gotta start filling out our deck here. But what we have already is pretty good. And now we open one of the best blue cards that there is, but I don't think we're... Well, can we do that? No, I really think that what we have already is very good, and picking up something like a Blood Curse Knight is pretty great. We'll, see things like Way to the Underworld or Consecrated by Bloods. Even this Read the Bones or Charging Griffin would be really cool for our deck if those wheeled. But I think we take the Blood Curse Knight and be pretty happy with that, because now, now we kind of have a path to go down, and we know where that's heading. All right, so another Cleric of the Forward Order. I don't mind picking up a couple more of those. Lightning Javelin probably being the best card in this pack. There's an Anchor to the Aether also. So pass some blue to the right. Maybe that opens up pack 3 for us too. But I don't know. I think now we're on the hunt for like creatures and enchantments. Well, it's not an enchantment, but Patron of the Valiant's insane. So what's better than 4/4 for 5? Well, 4/4 for 5 that flies. I'm in. Passing up on Stalwart Haven, Rogue's Passage, a really tricked out foil, Undercity Troll, but we'll take the Patron of the Valiant. That's a great card. I'm happy to pick that one up. Now, there's Claustrophobia and Somberwald Alpha, which are both very good. I think we'll just take the Charging Griffin. I'm not thrilled about it, and in fact, I'm even looking at this Guardian Automaton instead of the Charging Griffin. No, I'm going to take the Charging Griffin. It's that much better than Thopters, and, if we start getting like an Air Force going, that's pretty good. And I'd much rather have, enchantments being put onto this than enchantments being put onto, one of our other guys. This is an enchantment. This is actually a very good enchantment. And our deck looks like this is going to be a deck that is going to take advantage of this. We kind of want to go to late game. We're going to be trading off creatures, gaining life, and then getting to this late game where we try and stomp them. So then we can just start draining them too. I like it. I like it. Grasp of the Hieromancer. It's another enchantment. Okay. All right. We can put that on our Charging Griffin. Sure. I like that. Ooh, Enshrouding Mist? I like Enshrouding Mist. I like Enshrouding Mist a lot. Knight of the Pilgrim's Road is fine, and we have 7 creatures. It's a fine card. Enshrouding Mist is so much more exciting. Yeah, we'll take the Enshrouding Mist. It's much more exciting. That's what we want. We want exciting cards. Return Centaur, sort of exciting, because we can mill creatures into our graveyard faster. It's also a 2/4, which, gets us up into this range. Okay. Ooh, Read the Bones. Yeah. That's one of those cards that we were hoping to wheel. I'll take a Scrapskin Drake. Just get that out of the draft. And we already have one of each of these. Let's just take this Yoked Ox out of here. You know what? I'm taking the rare. Penny in the pot. Yeah. Kithian's Tactics we may play, so I'd rather someone play a Fairy Miscreant against us than miss out on a card that's, like, possibly playable. So, alright, this got a lot better. We got a Patron of the Valiant that time around. We got a Blood Curse Knight, Shadows of the Past, or Read the Bones. Yeah. Yeah, our deck's filling out. We need about 9 playables in this next pack to really make things work. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. This is a great card. I might like this card a little more than some people, but I think this card is just ridiculous. 2 mana, equip for 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. But every time you attack, you get a basic land out of your deck. So what that means is not only are you ramping, you can also be fixing, and you're also thinning your deck. So now you're just drawing gas. I like this card. Way to the Underworld, if this card wasn't in here, Way to the Underworld would be the clear favorite. But we'll take the Sword of the Animist. Be really happy because this is the first time I'm going to be playing with this card. And I think it's very good. I think this pick here, I mean, Acolyte, we would love to have that in our deck. Same with Leaf Gilder. But I think that it's Fetid Imp. I think Fetid Imp is more of a creature that we want. We have Shadows of the Past, to trade things off. Plus, it could just get in some incidental damage. Maybe put a Grasp of the Hieromancer on it. Or Sword of the Animist and turn it into a 2/3 flyer, which is a real thing. Well, nothing really for us. There's a Starfish, there's Owls and Wolves and Leaf Gilders, and we get a Mighty Leap, a Vial, or a Macabre Waltz. There's also a Jaymedae Tome, which I think that this card is almost unplayable in this format. Boy. Let's take a Mighty Leap here. I don't know if we're going to play that, but I don't know if we would play 2 Alchemist Vials. Well, there's a Swift Reckoning. Passing Thought through Spy Network is not a happy thing, but we'll definitely take Swift Reckoning. Be quite happy with that. Now, there's a Demonic Tutor, which may or may not be good. May not be good. I mean, we can search out things like this, but that's not really where we want to be. There is a Amber Tactician and a Return Centaur, which I'm going to take the Amber Tactician. Yeah, I think that, he's a pretty good body and, does work for the team. He's good. We'll take this Blessed Spirits now. We do have, is it just 1? Or we have 2 enchantments. I mean, 2 enchantments even with this guy is fine. And, maybe we pick up a 3rd one. But even just a 2/2 flyer for 2, it's not bad. We'll take another Cleric of the Forward Order. That's a fine card. What would be cool is if we could pick up 1 more enchantment. Well, an enchantment that we could play. I guess we pick up another Return Centaur? We don't really have any elves. I mean, we play this and we could play this on turn 2. Value. Nah, I think we just take another Return Centaur. And, Enshrouding Mist or this Dumpy card? I mean, it turns all of our creatures into Amperin Tacticians. Also turns on the Blessed Spirits. We already have 1 Enshrouding Mist. I think we take another Enshrouding Mist over the enchantment, over the bad enchantment. We'll take this Owl, because that's unbeatable. Oh, how about this Owl, too? Ick. Get rid of all the Owls. Oh, Oromancer's a nice pickup here. Well, I don't know if it's a nice pickup, but it's a fine pickup. We'll take this Thunderclap Wyvern, this Nivix Barrier, and this Island. Cool. So, I mean, we have a playable deck here. It's 14 creatures. I don't know about this Oromancer. Alright, so I think that this is the deck that we're going to be running. I didn't make any changes from our draft, but one thing that I was looking at was this Tainted Remedy, that if our opponent is playing things that gain life, if they have their own Blood Curse Knights or they're, playing 800 Cleric of the Forward Orders, this could be a card that we board in. And it's an enchantment too, so, value. I'm still looking, and I'm looking at this Oromancer, and I'm not super thrilled with it. I mean, it's a 2/2 for 3 at this point. It's like it's a morph with that we're never going to flip up. It may get value by putting this onto a higher, a creature, and then we attack, and it trades, and then we get it back. I'm just thinking, do we want to go down to 13 creatures, but run something like a Macabre Waltz, or run something like a, Mighty Leap? I don't think that we do. I think that this is just going to be the worst card in our deck, and it may get some value, it may not, but overall, I think this is a fine deck. We'll see, but we're gonna go into battle for this. So see you guys in round one.